Once upon a time in America, a war had ended, but for thousands of black men who had fought in blue uniforms, the battle was far from over. They had risked everything in the Civil War. Now they asked a simple question: what comes next? The answer: a horse, a rifle, a new uniform, and a long ride west into legend. They were called the Buffalo Soldiers, and they were among the first African American troops in the peacetime U.S. Army. Brave, disciplined, resilient, fighting not just enemies, but racism, within and beyond their own ranks. The year was 1866, just 1 year after slavery was abolished. Congress created 6 black regiments, later consolidated into the 9th and 10th Cavalry and the 24th and 25th Infantry. They were led mostly by white officers, but their strength, that came from within. Why Buffalo Soldiers? Some say Native American tribes gave them the name out of respect for their fierce fighting, their dark curly hair, and their determination. Like the buffalo, they were strong, relentless, hard to kill. But their mission was complicated. They were sent west to guard settlers, build forts, protect railroads, and yes, to fight native tribes who were defending their homelands. A tragic twist of history. Men once enslaved, now helping to displace others. Heroes in service, victims of a larger injustice. And yet, they served with honor. They faced brutal terrain, harsh winters, constant danger, and through it all, they stood tall. 25. Buffalo Soldiers earned the Medal of Honor. They fought in the Indian Wars, the Spanish-American War, the Philippines, even World War I and II. In every battle, they proved their worth, even when America didn't see it. They built roads, strung telegraph lines, mapped the West. They helped tame the frontier, but were denied freedom back home. Banned from restaurants, denied promotions, called to serve, but told they didn't belong. Still, they rode on. Not just as soldiers, but as symbols. Proof that black men could fight, lead, endure. Among them was Henry Flipper, the first black graduate of West Point. Brilliant, disciplined, wrongfully court-martialed, but later cleared, long after his death. His story, like so many, was buried, but not forgotten. The Buffalo Soldiers were eventually disbanded in the 1950s. As the military began to desegregate, their names faded from textbooks, their stories left behind, but their legacy rides on. In courage, in service, in sacrifice. They paved the way for generations of black Americans in uniform, from the Tuskegee Airmen to today's generals. Once upon a time, soldiers rode into the unknown, not for glory, not for thanks, but for duty. They were Buffalo Soldiers, and they never stopped fighting for a country that didn't always fight for them. Now it's up to us to tell their story, to honor their journey, and to remember that history is not just black and white, it's the shades in between that teach us who we really are.